rider is headed to the injured list. Now, at least it's not elbow soreness, but a strained hamstring. How did he get this strained hamstring? Was he pinch running in the 8th of a tight game? Was he pushing himself too hard in rehab therapy? Or is he just playing catch? My man strained a hamstring, goes to the 15-day, playing catch, E.T. Come on now. The Braves won their 4th straight last night. I'm not getting real excited. They had a 7-3 lead after Sean Murphy and Austin Riley are carrying the baseball team right now. I mean, if those dudes don't hit a 2 or 3 run homer, then they're probably going to lose. But, I don't know, getting their wheels under them a little bit, up to 9-13. They beat the Cardinals last night because the Cardinals are as bad or worse than they are, especially in the bullpen. But even with a 7-3 lead, had to make it interesting. Iglesias, the closer, air quotes, got lit up. 2-run homer. In fact, the tying run came to the plate at the end of the game. But the Braves do win 7-6. In New York, the Mets and Phillies are playing for NL East superiority while the Braves, slumber around like some stumble dog. And the Mets last night beat the Phillies. They built a 3-game lead here early on. Mets are red hot. They've 7-3 in their last 10. They've won 5 in a row. And so now it's 16-7. But the story last night, and this is unique, a little Daly's double take to Francisco Lindor, who E.T. last night homered as a switch hitter, both left-handed and right-handed in the same game. Yeah. That's just showing off, if you ask me. So there's a little bit of the baseball story for you as well. We've got brunch with a tour today, so we will turn our attention back to the PGA Tour up next on the circuit. Where do they go? I don't even know where they go, man. You get me out of those majors and through Hilton Head over the weekend. All eyes now turn to Mother's Day weekend and what will be the PGA Championship up next on the major tournament schedule. But we'll dive into this week on the PGA Tour a little bit later this morning on Brunch with the Tour. Meanwhile, I told you we got so much programming outside of what we put on the air. We call it podcast. And if you go to YouTube, by the way, YouTube audience, I'm sorry. I should have done this off the bat. We're working on some audio issues. So if you're either not hearing or hearing garbled, you're just going to instead have to enjoy the visual.
I think it's fixed now.
He's fixed now. See what I did? I fixed it.
Boom.
You're welcome. Just like that. Pow. Fixed. You can still enjoy the visual. Free of charge. Are we charging for YouTube?
No, not
Why
yet.
not?
Free of charge.
Shouldn't we charge?
We should.
We give this free? Huh? with the visual accoutrement. All right. Let's get into a little Jarrian Jones, man. I like my guy's mindset. I hope his play can match it. As a rookie, there's no reason to think it's not arrow pointed up. This is off the 1010 XL Jaguar YouTube channel. And this is Lauren and Mia from Helmets and Heels, a little sit down with Jarrian Jones. So we've kind of gone through some of the highs and lows of that sit down. Let's start with the conversation. Listen, it looks to me, based on what we've heard from Jarrian Jones, and the coaches have hinted at it this offseason, Jordan Lewis signed from Dallas as a slot corner. Looks like he will be the slot, and Jarrian Jones will move outside after playing his rookie year inside. At least that's what we think because, well, quite frankly, it's what Jarrian thinks.
It was probably like a week after Liam had got the job. I had already got on the phone with Coach Kemp, and we had already talked. But I went and seen Coach, and we were just sitting there talking, and he was just telling me like he loved the versatility, and Coach Kemp was excited about me and what I bring to the table and stuff like that. And so I brought it up. I was like, Coach, look, like I want to play all. I could play. I honestly like feel like I could play safety. I could play corner. I could play nickel. Like I feel like I could play all of them. And I've put it all on tape, like whether it be college or whatever it may be, I'll put it all on tape. And so when I got to telling him, he was just like, we're thinking kind of the same thing. Like we feel like, saying your versatility, we want to be able to use it. You know what I'm saying? So you can be able to play in, outside, or like, so we want to get you more outside than you've been playing. I was like, yeah, that's definitely what I want to do. And so I just got on the phone with Coach Kemp. He reiterated the same things to me, so we just had a great conversation. We all on the same page.
All right, something was amiss last year, that's for sure. Let's go outside the poor play on the field, but culture. Also, mindset, attitude, not intangibly rich at all. So, look, it's been a short time. We still have a draft class to join. The roster's going to have to be filtered down. The players, coaches, front office still in the get-to-know-you stage to a degree. But they have reported, and we are starting to build this team. And Jarrian was asked just what the mindset is inside one Everbank place.
I think you just tell that everyone's hungry. And I think that when Lim first got, like when we had our first meeting, he came in and he told everyone, he was like, yeah, everyone has everything to say. First time head coach, first time coordinators. Hey, but guess what? I'm hungry. I'm hungry to show everyone why it should have been me. And when he said that, I was like, I can ride with that. Like, I'm with that. Like, I'm on your team. Like, I can ride with that. You know what I'm saying? So just the way that he is every day, like he tells us every day, like, I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all for working hard. Like, that's a coach, like, I honestly feel like I run through a wall for. You know what I'm saying? So he just makes it easy to want to be, you know what I'm saying, to want to be right, to want to be great, to, you know what I'm saying, just wanting to pay attention to details.
What was missing last year?
I think you just...
Well, we know what was missing, right? A lot of everything. Finally, you want to get better? You want to move out to the outside corner? You want to immediately hone your skills? Hey, buddy, you're going to card that guy. That's Brian Thomas Jr. Maybe you heard of him.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, practicing against him, like, he is exactly, you know what I'm saying, who he is. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like it. Like, he's big, he's fast, he can jump, got crazy ball skills, like, he's smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not just out there just doing stuff. Like, he knows what he's doing. And I just seeing that every day. That's big, so.
All right, so there you go. That's Jarrian Jones, who, look, if he can make a seamless move to the outside and continue to get better, right? We've referenced that Tyson Campbell, after year one early in his career, looked like a guy, but he never got better. He's kind of plateaued. He's the same guy he was when it was arrow up a few years ago. Now, how much do injuries play a part? I don't know, but nonetheless, we need healthy, upward mobile prospects that continue to go up. I mean, I sit here and this defensive roster is littered with guys, some of them now gone, who early you build momentum toward what can they be. Think about it. Devon Hamilton would fall in that group. Tyson Campbell, Cisco, there's a bunch of them. And then, whoop, hit the wall. Don't get any better. And boy, that defense it's a whole lot worse last year. It was bad. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick timeout. I got a football fix and more draft chatter from around the league. Still no first rounder dealt with the NFL draft now just 2 days away. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. Big toys for big boys. So much more. Downtown, family owned and operated for over 100 years. It's Catlin Truck Accessories.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
NFL draft gets underway Thursday from Green Bay. Tennessee with a top pick. They're expected to grab Miami quarterback Cam Ward. He's minus 20,000 to go number one overall. Jacksonville Jaguars had the fifth pick of the draft. Ashton Genty of the Boise State Broncos, the favorite to go to the Jaguars at plus 135. Baseball today, Spencer Strider on the mound for the Atlanta Braves. He is a $2.25 home favorite against the St. Louis Cardinals today, while the Rays are a $1.30 dog at the Arizona Diamondbacks. Zach Littell for the Rays. Brandon Pfaadt for the Diamondbacks, minus 155. $250 bonus and you open up a G-Bank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Trying to figure pricing at most AC companies is like listening to an auctioneer.
Who wants an AC tune-up? Do I hear $3.99? How about $2.99? No, let's drop it. $79? Do we have a deal? Going once, going twice? Sold!
Not at Duck Duck Air Conditioning. We make it easy. We're offering a free AC inspection. No gimmicks, no fine print, just a completely free checkup from our highly trained techs to make sure your AC is ready for summer. Call 904-862-6769 now to schedule. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, because free is better than bidding. Any required repairs are not included in the inspection.
The best teal-colored coverage includes Mia's quick hits.
Get the latest news from inside the building and around the league. I'm Mia O'Brien, 1010XL's NFL Insider.
Driven by Arlington Toyota. Available on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? Topdressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit topdressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with topdressing.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Mia here. You know, people typically start and end their day by visiting their closet. So shouldn't that space feel calm, organized, like a little moment of luxury? That's why I chose Closets by Design. They specialize in custom solutions for every lifestyle and budget. Call them this week to schedule your free in-home consultation and get 40% off plus another 15% off and free installation. Don't wait for mom to do it. Call now at 1-800-293-3744 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Spring is sprung, and so have the bugs. It's Hayes Carline and my friends at Kingfish Pest Control offer an exclusive $99 spring special. That's right, your initial pest control service is just $99. And if you call today, they'll include a free one-time mosquito treatment. Kingfish Pest Control is family-owned, 5-star rated with no binding contracts, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call them now to book your service. Only at Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Hey, gang, if you are struggling to sell your home or you're worried that will be a struggle, I have got your quick fix right here. Go to chadandsandy.com, the trusted real estate agents that I've been sending you to for years, and it's just satisfied customer after satisfied customer. More on that in a second, but spring selling season is here. Rates are down. Activity is up. Now's the time to get the most out of your home, and you can do that with Chad and Sandy. Maybe your family's growing, you need more space. Maybe you're worried about market conditions, not being able to get what your home is worth. It doesn't matter what your reasons are. Chad and Sandy deliver. How's this for a guarantee? Chad and Sandy promise your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. It's that simple. Christopher on Butler Beach, Anastasia. My home was too big for my needs. I wanted someplace smaller and easier to manage. My home went 388 days without selling, and then I went to Chad and Sandy. ChadandSandy.com.
1010XL's draft previews are brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Abdul Carter would be a tremendous pick if he falls to the Jaguars at 5. The former Nittany Lion got pressure on 18.5% of his pass rushes last season, helping him register 12 sacks and 23.5 tackles for loss. His ability to play off the ball and off the edge will draw comparisons to Micah Parsons, and that would be a welcome addition to the teal and black arsenal already on the edge that features Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker.
What does your dream backyard look like? Hey, it's Joe C. and my friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can design an outdoor kitchen layout custom built to your taste and lifestyle. You dream it, they can build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Visit cssoutdoor.com.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Boom, boom, acca-lacca-lacca, boom, 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 acca-lacca, boom, 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 acca-lacca-lacca, boom, 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 acca-lacca.
And we're back. There's some particulars down here. Take care of some business, ET. I'll get with you on that in a second.
Yeah.
All right, I was listening to the VEASAN update. Is that live, E, or do you have that on
No, I don't got it
in
on
the system?
Yeah,
that just
live.
comes at us. Boom,
Yeah.
straight from Vegas. Did I hear that? Are y'all out there in listener land? Or did you listen to the VEASAN update? Did they say that Ashton Genty is now the betting favorite to be the Jaguars pick? That's a horse of a different color, as they said in my favorite movie all time. You go look it up. Did they just say on the VEASAN update from the palatial studios that Dan and I once sat in? Not full time. We had a fun little Vegas trip, March Madness. We need to do that again, but I digress. Did the VEASAN update, somebody on the text line hit me up that pays more attention. You're driving, you have to. I get up and going. Did I hear, though, as I'm walking out of the studio to get my morning Java, that Ashton Genty is now the betting favorite for the Jaguars at 5? That's interesting. Because you know what I did here? I went to way back, not even a month ago. I'm on bookies.com because, of course, I am. And it was breaking down the betting odds of who would be the Jaguars pick at number 5. Back then, it was, the Mason Graham train. He was plus 150. Will Johnson was showing up, the corner from Michigan. Tet McMillan, Will Campbell, Travis Hunter. The field, who wasn't even on the list? Ashton Genty. So there's either a lot of smoke being thrown out there by the Jags, giving a lot of impressions to people that they are going to take Ashton Genty. And I don't know how it works in Vegas. E, are you betting that Genty will be picked by the Jags at number 5, or are you betting that Genty will be the 5th pick? Because that's also a different animal.
Oh, that is a different animal. Just to reiterate, yes, he did say that. I went back and pulled it up.
That's
on
what
the
he said.
Stream.
Yeah.
And, man, I did not have plans on Genty going 5th.
I will say this, again, I'm surprised if that's what they've decided, if they do decide that. It would surprise me, but I'm not going to. The beauty and the reality of a new regime here is I have to hold judgment. I know what other guys have done and what they've thought and how they've viewed things. And I still don't think the 5th pick's used on the back. I could be wrong, but yeah, the betting favorite to be the Jaguar now, the betting favorite with just 2 days to go.
Jacksonville Jaguars had the 5th pick of the draft. Ashton Genty of the Boise State Broncos, the favorite to go to the Jaguars at plus 135.
Wow. Okay. All right, we'll see. Again, the favorite to go to the Jaguars. I don't know if that's the favorite to be the 5th pick where the Jags sit, because that would seem a pretty good bet that somebody would love enough to trade into the Jaguars position. I will to kind of re-quote what Adam Schefter tweeted yesterday, and that was what? The Jags are a wild card. I mean, quote unquote, the Jags are a wild card. That's where we went when it comes to that. All right, listen, I'm not going to get into the name calling right now at this point, but there is one dude that Hicken just is relentless on when it comes to some of those sweatshop mock drafters. All right, who is it? Chris, what does Hicken call him?
I would believe that would be dumb. Yeah, the kiddos are listening.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, he calls him Chris. Yeah, his name is Trapasso. He calls him dumb. Dumb. You know, trade the TRAP for a DUMB, and that's what Hicken calls him. And I try and talk him off that ledge and be a little nicer, and then I come across this gem, and this is an all-timer. You can never. I don't think you can ever claw out of Dumbasso land. I said it. I don't think you can ever climb out of there with this gem. This is an all-timer. I mean, some guys just dare to be different. Some are born stupid.
Oh, I found one, so I'll tell you later.
This is worse. You did not find anything as bad as what I'm about to say. This guy, again, maybe it's the malaria from sitting in the 120-degree sweltering heat and humidity of some, sweatshop on some Pacific, jungle. Big, huge ceiling fans. Whoosh, whoosh. Just clicking them out. Mock draft after mock draft. This guy, Tommaso, apparently has poured through all the film. He's watched every game. He's interviewed every prospect, and he's come up with his list of the top 150 prospects. You ready for this insight?
Okay, hit me.
The number one prospect, the best player in this draft is not Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter or... No, it's James Pierce Jr., the edge rusher from Tennessee. Oh, my God, dude. Are you kidding me? James Pierce Jr., that's what you're going. So let me get this straight there, CT. You're running a front office, and you got the one pick. That's who that's who you're taking up there? That's the card you're carrying? You're a card-carrying moron, friend. James Pierce Jr., so that'll kind of reset your thinking going into the draft. Maybe he'll be available at 5, E. Or 35. Some other gems. The sixth best player in the country. Sixth best prospect in the draft. That'd be Luther Burden III from Missouri. Probably a little higher than you've seen him other places, huh? The number 2 quarterback, by the way. Number 16 overall. Not Shedeur Sanders. Not even Jackson Dart. Jalen Milroe. But here is where he takes the cake. This is where you try so hard to be the smartest guy in the room, you can't help but give the opposite opinion. The number 18th ranked prospect, ET, 1 spot behind cornerback Maxwell Hairston, 2 spots behind Jalen Milroe. Yeah, number 18 on Tommaso's list. Number 18, the guy now the betting favorite to be the Jag. He's got Ashton Genty, 18. Look, I understand if you don't want to, Grand Marshal the Ashton Genty parade, but come on, dude. Fire this guy today. Hashtag fire Tommaso. You got to do it. You have to do it. You just wasted a lot of people's time with this column, and now I've just wasted yours. But at least I did it in a fun, frivolous way. Just put it that way. All right. Let's cue up the band for a football fixie. It's brought to you by Jacksonville Sharks. Going to try and get right at Quad this weekend. They go to Quad Cities, but back home in a couple of weeks. Get your tickets online at jacksharks.com. And the home course, the Jewington Creek Golf Club. Tee it high and let it fly, and enjoy my friends, the friendly staff at the Jewington Creek Golf Club. I got another mock draft. Has the Jaguars targeting Ted at number 5. Yeah, I don't. It's just that would surprise me, but hey, I don't know, man. I don't know how they've got him. I don't know how they've got him slotted. I give up, man. I give up. I mean, if you want to dare to be different with the Jags at number 5, Genty would make more sense than McMillan, I think. If you're taking a receiver at 5, doesn't he have to be the big guy and the fast guy? He can't be one of the two, can he?
You're right. He got to be both.
Got to be both, doesn't he? maybe that's just me. Word out there, the Falcons are asking too much for Kirk Cousins in those trade talks. Yeah, because they got so much bargaining power, those Falcons, after giving a guy, hundreds of millions of dollars, then drafting a guy number 9, and ultimately benching the hundreds of millions of dollars guy for nothing. So, yeah. Good move. Let's see. What else do we have from the headline department? The wide receiver A.J. Brown had his car stolen recently. Why that's news to us, I don't know, but I can tell you it's been safely recovered and returned. J.J. McCarthy's a full go for the Minnesota Vikings at quarterback. Of course he is. He tore his meniscus a year ago. So, yeah, he's more than a full go. Now we get to see just what kind of magic can be worked by Kevin O'Connell there in Minnesota, who did the unbelievable job with Sam Darnold, right? I mean, they didn't skip a beat going from Cousins to Darnold. We'll see going to the young quarterback if that remains the case. Eagles trying to keep that offensive line intact. You build the offensive line by killing draft picks. The Eagles do that. You don't do it by getting fringe free agents or swing tackles. That's not how you build a dominant offensive line. You got the savvy to draft them. And the Eagles have certainly done that, and that includes center Cam Jurgens, who gets a 4-year contract extension at just 25 years old. He was entering the final year of his rookie contract. They got him in the second round out of Nebraska, and now he is proven to be among the top 3 to 4 centers in the league. Replacing Jason Kelce, and in just 1 year, part of a line that paved the way for Saquon Barkley. But look what the Eagles did. They used a second-round pick, and they waited, didn't they? They had Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce, heart and soul at center, leaves the team, and what do? They win the Super Bowl because they drafted a guy and developed him the last couple of years. Jurgens, by the way, was 10th among all interior offensive linemen, centers and guards in pass block win rate. That's something that the Jags are pretty good at, so there's that. All right, we got a lot more draft talk as we move along this morning. Jags' first draft in team history came on this date 30 years ago. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by the Sharks and the Jewelton Creek Golf Club. Hicken Arrival and more come your way next. You are locked into the drill on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday.
At 1010XL,
Wax on, wax off.
our sports experts undergo extensive training before they broadcast.
Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Hey.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Wax on, hot.
1010XL.
Wax off.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes here with a challenge. A challenge might not be the best choice in words, so let's say an opportunity. Take the opportunity to lose 40 by the 4th with a Awaken 180. It sounds a little different when you put a real goal to it, doesn't it? Maybe you looked at the scale this morning and it read 230 pounds. How about it reading 190 by the 4th? Maybe the scale says 300. Wouldn't the number 260 be a little nicer on your eyes and on your joints? It's attainable if you have the same results we all had with Awaken 180. I dropped 40 pounds in 9 weeks. Hacker dropped his first 40 in just 6 weeks. Dempsey, Blue, and everyone else I know, same results. And we've kept it off. The best thing about Awaken 180 weight loss, it will completely change the way you think, see, and feel about food. The results are real, attainable, and the process simple with Awaken 180. Take the opportunity and drop 40 by the 4th. It all starts with just one call to Awaken 180 weight loss. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
It's here. Beard's Diamond's first ever massive sale on all diamond stud earrings and all tennis bracelets. Now through Sunday at 4 p.m. Save 20%, 30%, even 40%. Beautiful diamond stud earrings and gorgeous diamond tennis bracelets. Perfect for any occasion. Take advantage of huge markdowns. Best prices ever. Corporate-owned big box stores could never offer this extreme value, but locally owned Beards can. And it's happening now through Sunday. Up to 40% off. Beards Diamond, St. John's Town Center. Shop local. Shop Beards.
I'm just going to cut to the chase. What you really want to know is, why buy from Arlington Toyota? Mia here. How about over 800 vehicles, one lot, 60-day exchange, and friendly credit for everyone. Plus, right now, you choose a pre-owned 2022 Camry, RAV4, Tacoma for $0 down and only $388 per month. Or how about no payments till August 2025? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
the flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. 1010XL's draft previews are brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Florida. Be a big.
If Liam Cohen is looking to replicate what he had in Tampa Bay with a pair of talented receivers, the 6'4" Ted McMillan would be amazing to pair with Brian Thomas Jr. McMillan is a possession receiver with the size and ball skills to create big wins deep. He also has a knack for adjusting his routes and working back on throws, which would certainly make Trevor Lawrence's job a whole lot easier.
Gun charges, drug charges. I'm Attorney Malcolm Anthony, and I specialize in handling these types of felony cases. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Summer in Jacksonville is coming in hot. Lauren Brooks here. Beat the heat with Turbo Tint. Their window tint blocks up to 99% of harmful UV rays and keeps your ride cool and comfortable. Book today at orangepark.turbotint.com.
Need fresh and flavorful lunch? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad in every bite. It's quick and delicious, so why wait? Come taste the best chicken salad today at Town Center, Durbin Park, or Butler Point at Chicken Salad Chick.
Direct from Broadway, MJ, the Tony Award-winning musical, is starting something all across America. Get tickets now to what the Washington Post calls a runaway hit. MJ the Musical, playing Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts April 22nd through 27th. Tickets at fscjartistseries.org.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
With your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Septic Plumbing and Air Conditioning. After playing a pivotal part in Florida Gators men's basketball winning season, Gators guard Denzel Aberdeen has announced he'll be transferring to the University of Kentucky for his senior season. Aberdeen spent 3 seasons with the Gators, having a career-high night against South Carolina with 22 points, as well as impacting the Gators in the championship game against Houston, posting 7 points and 2 rebounds. The Gators men's baseball team will take the mound tonight at the Condren Family Ballpark, hosting a non-conference midweek matchup against Georgia Southern. The Gators enter the matchup with some momentum after grabbing the weekend series against Mississippi State and sitting with a perfect 7-0 record in home midweek contests. Georgia Southern will look to challenge them, coming off a win against Arkansas State. First pitch will be tonight at 6. It's 67 degrees at 6:58. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Go!
Pretty solid start.
You know it! Yes, sir!
Shout out for them 6 o'clockers.
Yeah.
Woo!
Carrying
Kansas.
on. Yeah, it's a great start to a rock.
Kansas.
I figured after yesterday's debacle.
What happened? Oh, yeah. That didn't go good.
Didn't go.
This has kind of a Renegade sound to it, a similar sound, this song, to Renegade. Feel it? Hick's on the air guitar.
He on that guitar.
7 o'clock, straight up 7 a.m. Might be the earliest air guitar in town today. Has anyone else air guitared before 7 a.m.?
No, not today.
Maybe somebody coming off third shift. Got a little crazy with it. I don't know what third shift. I don't know what that even means. Sounded good.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate
just
right
to
now.
Get a glimpse behind this illusion.
I didn't even know this part existed.
Higher.
Yeah, but I flew too high.
But I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still
we didn't have any TV
man.
back in the day, so we just memorized songs and sang them.
But I get the words wrong all the time.
Yeah, you should have a Hicken karaoke night.
Oh, that'd
That'd
be fun.
packed.
Yeah, we could sell that. That'd be
we
fun.
can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that
I'll do
down.
that for a small honorarium.
We'll do like a double take. I'll come out and do some mean-spirited stand-up, and then Hick can sing them.
I'll just see that thing.
Yeah, you can see that. That sounds about right. Huh?
What time does Dan take the stage?
Are you surprised with the news that my friends at VEASAN dropped on me in their update that Ashton Genty now the betting favorite to be the Jaguars pick?
I wasn't surprised only in the respect that in looking last night over a bunch of stuff, one of the things I liked was that major movement in the number 5 overall pick odds market.
Yeah.
And at that time, Mason Graham and Ashton Genty were both tied at, this is 18 hours ago, plus 175. And Tet McMillan was plus 300.
Okay, now you just said something, and this is a big differentiator.
Uh-huh.
It's one thing for Ashton Genty to be the betting favorite to be the number 5 pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing for Ashton Genty to be the betting favorite to be the Jaguars pick.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could be reading tea leaves that someone's moving up to 5 to take Genty.
Right. Ashton Genty, by the way, then in a interview with Pro Football Talk, said the earliest he could get drafted is pick number 6.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that the way he's 5 is that the Bears not panic, but the Bears get aggressive and move up to take him in before the Raiders. And we've talked about that earlier in the week. So I think that Genty becoming the betting favorite, it's more important to say the betting favorite to be pick number 5 than it is to be the Jaguars pick.
That may be the case, and that leads right into our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day, brought to you by Dream Finders Homes. They're the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and right now you can lock into an amazing 4.99% interest rate. 15 different locations across Jacksonville.
15?
Yes, 15. They're everywhere, man. Dream Finders is. And by the way, our guy, everybody was rooting for JT on Tuesday, and he was in the playoff, right? And his opponent.
On Tuesday. I'm confused. On
today
Sunday.
is Tuesday.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Novak.
Yeah.
Andrew Novak.
Yeah. Brought to you by Dream Finders Homes. Had it right there on the sleeve, baby.
Good for him. There you go. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, come on. Dream Finders everywhere. Go get them, Novak.
Shout out.
So anyway, if the Jags are able to trade down, what player would you like to see them get? Because it changes things. So we give you.
It also depends how far you're trading down.
Well, yeah, and I'm assuming you're trading not too far because, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I hear you.
You're not going down. I don't think they're going down to like 8.
No, I got to go to like inside of 12, I think, to get a top player at a position of need.
So these are your 4 choices this time around. If the Jags trade down, what player would you like to see them get? Tet McMillan, Ty Warren, Jalen Walker, who I think could be available because we see him at 8 or 9 or 10, or Armand Membu.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are the 4. McMillan, Warren, Jalen Walker, Armand Membu.
Yes, my answer is yes.
What player would you like to see them get, Jeff Prosser?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess my choices are McMillan,
Walker, Membu, Armand Membu, which I just like to say.
Yeah, all things being equal, and I'm getting an all-pro from each of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Membo.
E?
I'm getting an all-pro from each of them?
All things being equal, that's the only way to do it.
Okay, well, then give me Tet McMillan to line up next to BTJ.
I can't, like I said, I'll take them all. I can't argue with any of the logic behind these selections.
Yeah. It's funny because I probably take Ty Warren.
Yeah, see? That's what I mean.
Well, 33.9% say McMillan, 30% say Walker, 18% say Membu, 17% say Warren. So it's very even.
And I think they all would hit a big need. I mean, they all have what the Jags would say, or what some fans would say, serviceable starters at the position. I mean, Membo, you got to replace Walker Little, right? Jalen Walker would come into a spot that really doesn't have an open spot right now at edge rusher. McMillan is probably the biggest need if you're getting an all-pro there.
Visit DreamFindersHomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. DreamFindersHomes.com is the place to go. Tell them Dream Finders Danny sent you, especially your first-time home
Well, I stand corrected on one thing here, real quick, from the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I've been air guitaring to Creed at the gym since 5:30. So we have a new leader.
That's
we have a
fair.
new leader.
That's fair.
Well done.
Well played.
I went to a high school baseball game last night. Went to watch Providence
Playoff
Episcopal.
time, right?
Yeah, best of 3. It's different now.
Yeah,
so
that's cool. I like that, actually.
It's kind of neat, but yeah, it's like, man, it's great. The intensity was, you can tell high school playoff baseball was great. It's a 3-2 game. Episcopal beat Providence. Well-pitched game. Episcopal's young man who Brooksy grew up with, Dominic DiLoretto, was terrific on the bump last night. Big lefties going to Northwestern. 13 strikeouts and 1 hit, a home run. But in the bottom of the 7th, a leadoff walk, a great sacrifice where the kid, third baseman, comes in. He kept running for third.
Like that, hustle play,
gets to third, so 1 out, runner on third. And the throw to third was high, threw it away, but great backup by the outfielder. Great hustle backup. So a lot of good baseball.
Hustle's so important.
Oh, great baseball going on. And then,
every level.
And then the DiLoretto struck out the next 2 to cinch the victory. So they're up 1-0, but they play again tonight.
Which
so your
is
season
nice.
isn't over.
Well, you get that at least.
Yeah.
Not. Now, ultimately, it's going to end in despair for somebody. And it'll probably be with 2 teams that evenly matched. It's going to be
It's a little weird in this respect.
Somebody.
The first 2 games, I don't know how you do this, but the first 2 games are at the better seeds team, like 4 or 5.
And then the decider
But the decider would go to the underdog.
Oh, that's cool.
I think if you're, I would say if you're in a, that makes more sense if you're going from Stetson to North Alabama.
Well, that's what happens.
But
in
if
some
you're,
of these.
but yeah,
these aren't all local. Like
I know, I'm saying in a local case like this, it would make more sense to go beat. But they're giving the better seed a chance to host this, win the doubleheader, and be done. Man, you this is in my head a little bit because of all the highlights that I saw last night watching the Braves game. There's one little thing that doesn't stand out, this isn't a Braves story; it's a hustle story.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 8th inning last night, and the Braves are down a run. Mm-hmm. I think there's an out already. There's either 1 out or Austin Riley's leading off the inning. And he hits a chopper comebacker up the middle, Hick. The shortstop grabs just left of the second base bag and beat feet down the line, and he beat it out. And at first they called him out, and then they had to review it, and he beat the throw, and it led to a big 5-run inning, and the Braves ended up winning. And none of that happens if he doesn't beat out what it'd have been real easy to 3-quarter it down the line, take the out there. So, again, whether you're playing high school ball and trying to stay alive, or you're in a relatively meaningless early season, regular season professional game.
Yeah.
Where are you on your Knicks?
That was a tough one last night. I was willing them back in the 4th quarter. Came back.
You got a tough choice there. Knicks, Mets. I mean, I know you're bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
Or what are we doing? What's the plan?
Well, when the
Mets bat, you watched them?
When it got to 5-4, I kind of had to check out
back
for a minute. His Sugar was on the bump.
He gave
up
a homer. Is that what happened?
3-run shot.
Yeah. Who hit it? It wasn't the big guys. He got them out.
Turner and Harper. It was beautiful. It was great theater.
Yeah, Mets are the hot team in the East.
Oh, man, Francisco's playing like an MVP again.
Yeah, I saw a homer from both sides. That's always cool. That's a really cool little factoid. I know it's happened a ton by now.
I think he's got this 3rd most multi-home run games from shortstop in the history of the game. I mean, the guy's a Hall of Famer. I mean, as long as he keeps piling up the numbers.
Yeah, I'd have to look. That shocks me that he most multi-home run games for like more than A-Rod. More than some shortstops.
A-Rod's probably 1, and then
I thought you said most.
No, 3rd most.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, there you go.
But
hey, Dan, no. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just, so the Knicks, we didn't get calls last night. It was a little dicey with the refs. Tibbs gave it to him pretty good, but
that kind of happens in the playoffs. It gets a little more physical. You let teams play their style, and the Pistons are that it's not the bad boys, they're that same rough and tumble kind of physical style. That's how they play.
They're that Schroeder.
I'm glad you brought the Knicks up, Dano. If the Knicks lose, you just give me a Kate Cunningham jersey. That's a bad boy.
Yeah, I don't like him.
That's a bad boy.
I told you about him earlier this year. He's been invisible on that bad team. He's a good player.
Man.
I don't like him.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's big.
He deserved that number 1 overall
big
pick.
Man. He's thick and big.
Yeah.
Good player.
They're.
Really good player.
I think we're okay. I mean,
I think you'll win. I think the Pistons remind me, Dan, of my Hawks as they get good in their iterations.
But we got to be careful.
They test you. They scare you. They can take you 7. It wouldn't go 7 and Knicks win by 3.
I tell you what killed us last night. I hate to call somebody out, but Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
Bro,
he missed a wide open at the end, too.
Oh, bro, he had his last 5 shots he couldn't knock down. Bruce Brunson, and he giving Bridges wide open looks, and he can't hit it. You got to knock these down, kid.
Yeah.
This is why they brought you here. We gave up 3 first-rounders for you. You can't be coming up goose.
And by the way, while we're not paying attention here and watching so much other stuff, this guy named Kawhi Leonard has gotten healthy and is playing really good, and it's a different animal when he's like that. So I wouldn't count the Clippers out in the West. They beat Denver last night.
If they get through this one, they could be tough.
Yeah. If Trevor Etienne to Georgia was a 10 out of 10 on the betrayal scale, what is Denzel Aberdeen to Kentucky? And I understand this is more a football passion versus basketball passion. Because to be honest with you, in a fair world,
it's the same.
It's worse.
Yeah.
What Aberdeen is doing, ETN, whether or not you agreed with it, had a valid argument. Aberdeen has no valid argument. If we accuse ETN of just running for the cash, there's never been a bigger cash grab in the history of sports than what Denzel Aberdeen just perpetrated against the Gator basketball team.
Taking in the fact that, taking all the factors in that, Florida's hit the transfer portal. The one thing I don't like is I don't think you should be allowed to transfer in your conference. And I don't think it's cool to transfer to a rival. That's my personal, and I've said that all along, whether you're Florida and you go to Georgia or if I don't want to take kids from Georgia. I don't football wise. I don't want to take kids from FSU. Hick, you would take so-and-so. Yeah, of course I would. But I don't want to. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's disgusting. And part of me is like, all right, look, it's a little bit gutless in this respect. Dude, you got your home state, chance to defend. You're the guy.
It's your turn. I just don't get it.
It's all right there for you.
Well, I'll tell you what. I said.
So what is the? So it's only about money,
right? It makes no sense. It makes a lot of dollars, and that's college sports today.
They said now on that side. How do I blame a kid? 1.2 to 1.5, Kentucky apparently paid. Now, it's a big gamble. He may get a lot less minutes at Kentucky. They got a loaded backcourt.
Yeah,
it's no guarantees.
You said who could he be, like a ceiling? Could he be Dillingham? Is what I compared it to. Maybe Kentucky said, hey, man, you look like Dillingham to us. Come on up. I don't know. I don't like the move at all.
I don't know the disparity in terms of dollars. Like, was Florida
not paying anything then?
No, they're paying.
You can't pay 1.2?
No. Not if you got
to a starting backcourt. Boy, I would.
Well,
if you're spending it, I would spend some of it there.
Condon, Hauk, Chinyelu.
I get it. I'm paying Aberdeen over
incoming guys. And then there's this kid in Australia who they can now pay to come up who they think is better than Aberdeen.
Okay.
Straight cash, homie.
I do believe this. I believe that Todd Golden can find a better replacement. And we got to get used to the lack of security of having a guy long term. That's not how college basketball is anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you want to have a guy that you've got him this year and next year, right? And it doesn't work that way. You get nervous when they bring in a one-year senior, but Pullen to Elijah Martin to whoever the next guy is, they've proven to be good moves that help you win that year. And college basketball more than ever has become a this-year sport, hasn't it? But I find it funny. I don't find it funny. It's just another example of how different the passion is between football and basketball, because Trevor Etienne's rationale and reasoning would be much more believable than Denzel Aberdeen's. I mean, he had some more legitimate arguments. Aberdeen, the job is there. You've been growing for 3 years. You've won a national title.
Didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's yours. Made a lot of dollars, though, as we said. So, all right, we're just getting
Ben Henshaw is the name to keep an eye on.
Is that the Australian?
Yeah, he's an Australian professional basketball player.
We need some pros.
Don't ask me how it works, but I'm just telling you that
Ronaldo's signing with the soccer team later today.
That's that's what I've been reading. He's a shooting guard, small forward.
Okay, go get him. Yeah, I trust Golden. I trust when it comes to finding these temporary fill-ins. And you get a couple or three that stay 2 or 3 years as freshmen. And Aberdeen did do that. He was there 3 years. And does Florida win it all this year without Aberdeen? Probably, but maybe not.
He might get selected in the draft. I don't know how this works. So, again, it's a name to keep an eye on.
Sure. And there's still a lot of names that could be. I mean, we could wake up and have a roster full of holes in a month if these guys decide to stay on the paths they're on. But we'll, I guess, find out about that.
Yeah. When we come back, what do we have? 10-minute drill?
We got 10-minute drill. We'll have brunch with the tour a little bit later today, talking some golf. E.T., but before we go to break, do you have any Bee Gees in there this morning? Any Bee Gees for me?
Oh, you want some Bee Gees?
Yeah, I want some Bee Gees. Oh. That was a little just a little shout out to my blushing bride this morning, who hopefully is right now in the said car going to earn the big bucks for the family while I sit here and do nonsensically talk sports every morning. So that was right? There we go. That was the perfect choice.
Is this bald-headed woman?
This would be, Hick, this is how,
Very well.
you're killing my vibe.
I have to walk away.
Yeah, so he can't do it.
Sing.
He can't be around. So, yes, to the most beautiful non-bald-headed woman in the
We didn't even know the name of this song.
No, Hick, I couldn't remember the name of the song. I've so now constantly referred to it as Bald-Headed Woman. If you don't know the story, just, precocious little 5-year-old Mrs. B dancing around in some bedroom in some outpost in her childhood. Sure as sugar knew that the name of this song was Bald-Headed Woman, as strange as that sounds. So I can just see her belting it out, jumping on the bed. Anyway, happy anniversary. 30 years today, Hick. I usually use sports memories to tie
Woman's a
together
saint.
what was going on. Bald-headed woman. But in this case, I remember the event to remember the sports moment. And today was also the day of the Jags' first draft was today.
Bald-headed woman.
You're welcome aboard now. The vibe is back. Well, we're back with more next. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
I knew there was free agency in college football. I didn't know there were flat-out trades, but apparently that's what's happened as Nico goes to UCLA, and then the UCLA quarterback turns around and goes to Tennessee, which is essentially a quarterback trade, I guess. His name, Joey Aguiar, and he transferred from Appy State to UCLA during the winter portal and was the front runner to be the Bruins starting quarterback. He sees Nico come in and says, where can I go? Where can I go? Oh, Tennessee needs a guy. I'll go there. So that's what's happened. In essence, a trade straight up. And then Nico's little brother, who Tennessee gifted in, has gone ahead and transferred to UCLA as well. What a bloody mess it is in the world of college football and college sports. Maybe one day somebody, a grown-up, will fix things.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. If your favorite colors are teal and black,
I love my Jaguars.
you're on the right track.
That's your job!
1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times, right? With all these tariffs and things going on. I don't know what the world's going on, so I call my guys at ITP Partners, and they take care of me. They tell me what to expect, what's happening, what they're going to do. Preemptive strikes, I love them. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's ITP Partners. They have experience. They have expertise. They have knowledge. They're local guys, and they're taking care of me. That's Chris Bryan and Jeff Hartman. That's Reagan Wright and Dan Abel. That's Janice Cobb, Reed Wingate, and Scott Reckner, man. And then what they do is they sit down with you, and they listen to you, and your goals become their priority. So it's actually a great time to get started. And if you want to, all you got to do to get involved or get in touch is Chris at ITBPartners.com, Chris at ITBPartners.com, or call 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're my financial partners for life.
Jeff Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects, or top-tier residential service? No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Getting a pool? David Garrard here. I just did. But before they dug, I called Clearwater Irrigation, and they capped off all my sprinkler lines so the pool company could just dig away.
Then when your pool's finished, we'll install your sprinkler system back to full coverage.
And now my backyard oasis is getting watered beautifully.
And maybe then, Dave, I could take another quick dip.
Bigger swimming trunks, John. Much bigger.
Clearwater Irrigation.
And drainage, too.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The best game day parking in all of Duval is at Tailgaters Parking. Are you ready for some football? Tailgaters is just steps away on the east side of the stadium. Visit tailgatorsparking.com and secure your season parking pass today.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Discuss the beautiful game. The Coaches Show presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor. Get an hour of soccer talk Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. Charles.
6.
Oh, so close. Betty for the steal.
What about the bank that helps you reach your financial goals? Synovus.
Let's see, judges. Yes, looks like we have a winner.
That's a number?
Sorry, Charlie. Remember, a solid financial future doesn't happen by chance. Talk with Synovus about your potential today. Brought to you by Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. The number was 4.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Catch Gators baseball all season long on 1010XL. Pitched by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. And Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement partner of the Florida Gators.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances. That's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World,
simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
When you think of America, you think baseball, cookouts, military, and pride for our country. At Garber Auto Mall, we're proud to carry every American-made truck at one location. Ford, Chevy, GMC, Ram, and Jeep. With the largest inventory selection in North Florida, you can shop with one salesperson. Garber Auto Mall is proud to support our country, our military, and our community. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. Garber Auto Mall. Proud to be American.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We got sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. It's a 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack. He says it's razzle dazzle. E, what are you handing out today, friend?
I got UB40.
Nice.
UB40 at the St. Augustine
I wish I'd be
Amphitheater.
40. I remember when I used to be 40.
They there Saturday, August 23rd. One lucky winner could win a pair of tickets at the end of the 10-minute drill.
You be 40 soon, E. It's coming.
You're right.
I saw.
I'll be 60 soon.
I saw something last night that kind of, to me, cemented the fact, and maybe this is just old man view. So I'll ask E, kind of get his impression.
Holla at me.
But just a little rough around the edges, maybe too rough around the edges to be the face of the NBA.
Who that?
Anthony Edwards. Just a little too rough around the edges to be the face of the NBA.
He's showing that he really doesn't want it. He doesn't want to be the face of the NBA.
Like, you
that's
can't.
That's generally who he is. That's just him. And, he can't be the face.
He can't be. He's not the face.
It's just like the language, you mean?
Yeah,
the whole demeanor, the whole attitude.
Yeah, the crowd. He got a little crass with his fans. He turned around, grabbing his junk and saying things.
He has the charm and the charisma. So when the good is good, it's good.
Yeah.
But the bad is bad.
It's a little, I mean, and I know Jordan was
maybe he wants to be the crotch of the NBA. You ever thought of that?
Definitely that part. Definitely that part.
I don't know. Ja's got a lead there.
Yeah, Ja's in the lead. So I would take his name out. And
I
move
think,
somebody
to
else
be
in.
honest, as the face of the league, you're probably bigger than that. I mean, you're people, unless you do it on national TV, walking off the court at halftime, that kind of thing. This is just being picked up and, social media or internet fodder. Most people barely follow the NBA when it's right in front of them, much less the sidebar. I don't know if the NBA fan base cares.
Yeah.
I guess to the point that if he's the best player, he'll be the face, whether or not he's crotch grabbing or not. I think.
Mm-hmm. I've brought along a draft pop quiz for you.
Okay, fun.
Draft pop quiz. If
I'm gonna miss Get Smart John this week, so I'll use it all here.
Mm-hmm.
Use it all up.
This is a draft pop quiz. And what this is I have in front of me the list of the most NFL wide receivers drafted all time by school. Top 5. I need the top 5 schools that have produced the most NFL wide receivers all time.
Oh, you can do this.
Yeah, you got to think of ones that kind of, that transcend the era. Ohio State has got to be number 1.
They're number 2. Ohio State is number 2 with 49 players at wide receiver drafted all time. All time.
Like back to the 30s we're going?
All time. Since the draft. Since the start of the draft.
Wow. All right, we come out of the gate smoking there with number 2. I mean, we got to, I think if we try and think of great pro players and then attach the school to them, we'll be here forever.
Okay.
So, I mean, there are certain... And we're going to be a prisoner to what's most recent because this college football passing fancy is a relatively new thing. Before 1985 or 90, but there's some schools that for a while just been. Listen, Florida and LSU have both put a bunch in. I'm gonna go. Right, LSU. You think or Florida?
I like LSU.
LSU's a good guess.
No,
unfortunately, they're 6th. Florida is 4th with 44.
Yeah. All right. What about
what you think about Alabama?
I kind of like USC too, E.
Yeah, I like them too.
USC.
Historic.
USC's your guess?
Yeah.
They're number 1, 52.
Yeah.
52, 49 for Ohio State, 44 for Florida.
Florida's 3rd or 4th?
They are
4th, you said.
4th.
We don't have 5th or 3rd?
Missing 3rd and 5th with 45 and 44.
Okay.
You also have LSU at 6th with 40.
Okay. Well, E, do you want to go with the other one that you said? I mean, Bama's put a lot in recently, dude. They put in 15 in the last 10 years. We'll go Bama. They've been around forever.
Bama's a good guess. No, they're not in the top 10.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
How about Tennessee?
Tennessee is 3rd.
Yeah. How about that pull?
Oh, I like
Who are you
that.
dealing with here?
Peerless Price.
All right.
That's right.
And then the last one is going to be. Trying to think of somebody that that I don't know. I got it nagging at me. I'm going Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's not in the top 10
because they ran it so much. See, that was a bad guess. It was a dumb guess. All right, let's go. Michigan.
Michigan is 7th.
Yeah,
38.
Now it's just brand name. Big. How about FSU?
FSU is 9th with 33.
Okay. We're knocking out that top 10.
Right. We're missing Dame.
Notre Dame's a good one.
Notre Dame's not in the top 10.
The big beefy Midwestern running team. Stop giving me these terrible answers.
Yeah,
Leave it to me.
Let you handle it.
I'll say this: shame on E.
Miami. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought we said that.
Oh,
even.
man.
Yeah, that's an easy. I'm surprised they're 5th.
Yeah.
Surprised they're not higher.
Arizona State 8th and UCLA 10th.
Okay.
So those
That's
are
good. I enjoyed that.
NFL wide receivers drafted all time.
Little
by school. By
You know,
school.
it's amazing. You get no Rangers in the playoffs, you wouldn't know they were here.
What's that?
NHL wise, like when it comes to NHL talk, no Rangers, no Flames. I know I bring that flame passion, but Ovechkin had a goal,
Did he? That's great,
and then an overtime goal.
Super.
Welcome to my world of hockey. This is how I feel all these years.
Disgusted.
Disgusted.
But yeah, OV scored in overtime last night.
I think he scored the first.
What
goal
stood
too,
out to me was that they were in a battle with the Canadians. I mean,
Canadians barely got in. Well, this happens in hockey, right? Although, do they go 1-8 anymore? Did they change all that?
No,
they're back to that now?
Yeah.
Did they get away from that for a while? I think they did.
That I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Again, I'm not answering any hockey questions that you may have. I'd ask.
What has caused this Luka, Nico Harrison revisit over and over again? It's like we're there again. We're going like second and third level now on the revisit of the revisit.
Because Nico won't shut up.
Yeah. No, well, he's now responding because Luka and them went back and forth. It's probably not the participants as much as the media.
Nico did a roundtable press conference. Bad move
at the end of the season,
and he should have done that.
Sure.
Then he comes back and with more comments after Luka had a comment or two. Now they've both finally said, "Look, we're just going forward with our teams. Which needs you ever because Chuck last night called him out.
Called who out?
Nico.
Okay.
Chuck said, "Look, Nico, I consider you a friend. Shut up. This is you're." Take the L on this one and move on.
Yeah.
His latest comment.
Yeah.
And this.
It was crazy.
Talk about not knowing
This is
franchise.
what I'm getting to. This was the news of the day. No,
you,
go ahead.
You have the
I
exact
do have the exact
Go
comment,
ahead
yeah.
and read it.
Nico said yesterday during our Monday, and just yesterday, their season-ending news conference.
Yes.
You know, we all do those. Trent Baalke waits a month. Others do it right after the season.
Yes.
I did know that Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't quite know it to what level. Are you for real, bro?
I mean, come on, dude. You live there. You every day you walk into that arena, you see the 77 jerseys everywhere. You know how he's treated. You know what he's thought of. He is all NBA every year he's been. I mean, what do you mean you didn't know?
So dumb.
That is really, really like, golly, for that comment alone, I'm going to have to ask you to resign.
Well, I will say this. It is not as dumb as trying to offer a basketball reason for trading the best young player in the sport, maybe in the history of the sport.
Yeah.
5 years, 5 first-team All-NBA.
Oh, my God.
It's just so I'm not going to get caught up in this or what would if it's a dumb basketball move. And if you're a GM, that's the worst thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Make terrible basketball moves. And to not, this stands alone for its basketball stupidity. You don't need all of this
that was just dumb.
extra.
Did you hear what he doubled down on after that?
Yeah, we still a championship team if we had our guys healthy.
Yeah.
Sure you are, buddy.
They asked him if the owners forced him to do it, and he was like, "No, I stood on business, I handled it." And then he also said that I don't do well with taking orders from people.
Yeah, he just needs to shut up, man.
The owner, bro.
Just be quiet.
Well, their owners
I
are
don't know.
clowns,
I didn't know nothing about this Nico guy. Never heard of him.
Until
I read a good article about how they,
there's a lot of those like returning right now. That's kind of what I was alluding to.
Well, there was a good article that went in depth about the Mavericks, and I read it. And what's interesting is that the Mavericks, they're not the Lakers, all right? They're not the Celtics, okay? They have, even though they're a big market, they have some of the small market charm. And when you get a superstar, man, you hold on to that guy and you go with that guy. And they did
Like
with
Dirk.
Dirk for 20 years, all right? But then Dirk, when Cuban left, they alienate. This guy gets promoted. He wants to show his wares, and he alienates the people around Dirk. He brings in other guys, and the medical teams, the trainers are all important in the NBA. And so there's always whispers, this guy, that guy, and what they did to Dirk and to Luka it's worse. Even on the surface, you're like, what a bunch of idiots. And then when you read that article, you go, good gracious, no wonder.
Dude's not a good dude, man.
It's just stupid, man. It's like, now look, it's tough to go through. We learned this with the Patriots. You had a Belichick-Brady winning combination that every year was like, okay, we're going to do it again. And Belichick wouldn't change, and Brady didn't want to change, and they didn't really like each other, but they put up with each other for the sake of winning. And so sometimes that occurs, but this was in no way no stretch down the road that far as the Brady Belichick thing. And so what a colossal bamboozled stupidity move by Nico Harrison, who probably wins the Chris Dumbasso Award of the Year.
I don't. Again, it's never going to be. It'll never be the right trade.
Yeah.
It'll never be the right move. You got a controllable, great player you can build around and keep taking a shot for the next 10 years, like you did with Dirk, and you'd have won a title with Luka.
Let me ask.
The Lakers will win a title with Luka when LeBron goes,
Right.
and they can reformulate their plans without having to include Bronny.
Right.
No response.
No response.
I don't even think that's a factor. But
He
I threw
doesn't
it in
even
there
know what to say anymore.
Yeah,
I was just reading the text. I said Jeff calling the Mavs dumb for trading Luka.
I don't get that. I don't know what's so funny about that.
Because the Hawks.
Yeah, but we've already established that forever ago. This guy's showing up to that party with that comment. I was the other way. I laughed at how stupid that man was.
I don't ever want to give Jeff any credit, but he screamed for the Hawks to draft.
So there you go, dumbass.
By the way,
giggle to yourself.
I've read good things about your GM, and then you fire him.
Who, the Hawks GM?
Yeah.
What good things? What's so good about him?
I mean, they got good young players all around. Yes.
Yeah, no, they don't. I watch the Hawks.
Okay.
I'll tell you what's good or not. What good young players do they have again? The ones that win 38 games a year?
I thought they
needed to trade Trae Young and rebuild a long time ago. The longer they keep doing this, it's going to be a 41-41 team, and this guy hasn't shown any proclivity. I mean, he traded DeAndre Hunter, a controllable player on the upswing.
Okay.
So,
Let me ask you a question.
I'm not saying fire him either.
Yeah.
But he's not terrible, but it's not like, oh, God, what was that?
I was surprised
I
by
hear
it.
you.
You probably weren't.
Yeah.
Do you know who Paul Heyman is?
Bruh.
I know John Heyman.
You're wrestling. You're the.
Oh, are you talking about? Is he the one of the manager type dudes?
Yeah.
Is that what he is?
Yeah, he's a manager.
But he grew up. He's like an exec or something now. I believe.
Anyway, we can't even do it till the 9 o'clock nasty.
Yeah.
But this guy Paul Heyman may have single-handedly ended the Pat McAfee show on ESPN. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. McAfee, by the way, I watched a little bit of WrestleMania just to see the festivities.
Got choked out.
McAfee was a part of the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Travis Scott was a part of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too. He also got knocked out.
This guy, Paul Heyman, went uncensored on McAfee.
He even made McAfee like, bro, what are you doing?
And I mean, the things he said. I mean, that's just I can't. We can't do it till 9 o'clock. So you have to come back around.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to find out during the break. Because now you got me certainly curious.
But it's worth mentioning.
Was it just that, like his language or the subject matter?
The subject matter.
So he started talking about things you just shouldn't talk about in the middle of the day on ESPN.
No.
I can only imagine. I don't even want to know. In fact,
he just killed McAfee. Absolutely took out a steamroller and rolled it over his entire body.
Can't imagine that commercial break, bro.
Yeah.
We would have been boxing.
Yeah, they had to peel McAfee off the ground like he was flattened by Paul Heyman, and he wouldn't stop.
Yeah, he doubled down on it.
He just kept going and going. He had two of them, too. Yeah, incredible. Anyway.
All right, who am I? This will be the last thing here.
All right.
Actually, I'll come back with this. So let's wrap up the 10-minute drill, and I'll come back with a draft perspectives description, and I want you to tell me who it is.
Okay.
Yeah, she's probably gone, but you can play it out if you want. If she's there, if she's running late, she'll go into work head bobbing. With a little head bounce. Yeah. If we were like young, fun, we're gonna tear up the town tonight. At some point, she stride up to said DJ and make this request. DT, what you think? You haven't heard this? Have you heard this? Yeah. It'll pace up. Yeah, Hicken. That was Hicken, actually. All right, we got Brunch for the Tour still to come, and what the NFL has to say about a running back prospect next.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, the race is on.
3 wide and 2.
This Sunday at Talladega.
Talladega Super Speedway.
Can you believe this?
Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234. From the station with the most horsepower, 1010XL.
Denny Thompson here. You got to check out Tyson's showroom home theater with surround sound and comfy theater chairs. You can transform your living room into a cinematic experience. I can stay there to watch all my games. It's that comfortable. Call Tyson today and bring the theater experience home. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming, Iowa.
Anytime you've got major plumbing problems, and even the minor ones, there's several potential causes, and they usually can't be easily detected. So don't guess at a solution. Hire Roland Reese Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
Hicken here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and my knee was getting worse, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This Work Zone Awareness Week, take a moment to think about the people behind the cones. Road workers risk their lives to keep Florida highways safe. Speeding, distractions, and ignoring signs can be deadly. Slow down, stay alert, and follow the rules. It's the best way to protect workers and yourself. Together, we can make a difference. From the Florida Department of Transportation, respect the zone so we all get home.
It's game time for your business, and Advanced Business Solutions has the winning play. With Xerox copiers, you'll never miss a deadline. Fast, reliable, and built for high performance, Xerox copiers keep your team ahead of the competition. From printing to scanning, Xerox brings the MVPs of efficiency to your office. Ready to make the winning move? Hire the champions at Advanced Business Solutions. Veteran owned.
Printers, copiers, and IT management. Advanced Business Solutions.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day, anytime. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. See, Doc T said, Hick, I'm going into concierge medicine. I said, Doc T, what's concierge medicine? He said, well, listen up, man. If you're not feeling well, you come in and see me right away. You don't have to wait, like normally, or, you're not feeling well. You can't get in until next week. I said, well, I like that. And he says, you got a medical emergency? You call me. It's just more personalized. I can practice medicine more because I'm taking fewer clients. I said, oh, okay. Sounds good. Sign me up. It's kind of like being a member of an exclusive golf club, I need a prescription filled. I call Michelle. Michelle takes care of it. Boom. As far as doctors, Rick Townsend is the best. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest. So think about it. Yearly physicals, officer virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups. Doc T can do it all. So if you're thinking about making the switch, it's a great time to do it. But you better hurry because he's only take a limited amount. MyPVConcierge.com. All your answers. MyPVConcierge.com.
Cooking with Prisco.
These things are wonderful. You're going to love it. Have a rollie.
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Anthony. When you've been charged with a crime, you don't have to face it alone. I'm here for you. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me. 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW. in the 904.
Looking for a great place to enjoy some craft creations and soak up some scenery? Fernandina's Mocama Beer Company is a must-see and must-try. Nassau County knows it. Visitors need to find out about it. Mocama means near the big water where the sun is born. And if you visit their tap room in Fernandina Beach, you'll see how they've mastered equal parts precision and art in creating great flavors from IPAs to Pilsners, lagers, and sours, plus plenty more. Mocama.com, Mocama Beer Company. Start an adventure and find them in Fernandina.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
1010XL's draft previews are brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Florida. Be a big.
Travis Hunter is an exciting two-way player whose world-class athleticism and ball skills help him shine on both sides of the field. Hunter is an instinctive, natural football player with a feel for making the biggest plays at the biggest time. Jacksonville would need to make a decision on where and how to play Hunter if they drafted him with the 5th pick, but he's capable of making a good number of winning plays as a future star, no matter the choice.
MOV-ING. Southside Kia is moving. Our moving sale is on right now. Help us clear new Kias out. Our current selection's got 200 plus Kias on the lot. Hurry to save big with us. New rides starting at just $20,000 bucks. Plus, bring your tax refund today. We'll double it up to $5K. MOV-ING. Get to Southside Kia this spring. Online at SouthsideKiaJacks.com. Get your next ride at Southside. For complete details, call 904-325-9208.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Got some speed traps out and about this morning, so keep those eyes open, and you see one, you let us know. We get the word out to keep the speeds down.
Hey!
We got a special correspondent this morning, Doc Murphy, letting me know that right now at JTB and 295, I had another one earlier, a different part of town, so it sounds like they're out and about. Keep those speeds down. Let's all arrive alive, safe, and healthy. Well, the Drill Speed Trap Alert brought to you by today's day sponsor, Catlin Truck Accessories. Okay, how's this for a glowing review heading into the draft? I mean, you're looking for a running back to help turn around a losing franchise in the top 5. Here's what they write. For the future, this prospect looks like he has the ability to be the franchise player. Dominant running back, makes a difference in the win-loss column, and he should make any offense difficult regardless of the quarterback. Great threat to score every time he touches the ball. Looks like a future franchise player and Pro Bowl running back. If he can stay healthy, his play has made him worthy of Adrian Peterson comparisons. Player comp, Adrian Peterson. In terms of running style, that's the closest comp. Power to run through defenders, speed to run away from them, the elusiveness to dodge them in the open field. Also an excellent pass blockers. There are a lot of teams that could take this running back. He is an electric playmaker who could have a huge impact at providing wins for bad teams. Who am I describing?
That ain't Ashton Genty.
It's Leonard Fournette with the number 4 pick in the 2017 draft. That's what was being said about Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette was the Ashton Genty of the draft.
To be fair, though, is that not accurate as far as out of college, what Leonard Fournette did?
For a year. No, it is not accurate to give Leonard Fournette a player comp of Adrian Peterson. No, it couldn't be more
I was strictly just talking about his college game. Yeah, when he came to
That's what I'm saying. But my point is, the point to be made here is Ashton Genty right now is not getting any more love as a prospect than Leonard Fournette was. Mm-hmm. That's my point. And taking a running back in the top 5 is a risky business.
Yes, sir.
And the most glaring example of success there has got a lot of asterisks, and that's Saquon Barkley in the year he had last year. He had it, 6 years after a different team took him number 3, a team that he was banged up.
But he had good years.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Sure he did. But wasn't the reason they won a Super Bowl.
Would you improve the Jaguars team if you took Ashton Genty? The answer is yes. He'd be the best running back on the field immediately. He's better than Bigsby, way better than He's better than both those guys. And one of those guys will be gone, but he's better than those guys. So would you improve the roster? That answer is yes. Okay? Now, how good can he be? That nobody knows. But they sure seem like, all the experts sure seem like they love this guy. TC loved the big backs. So, Genty's not a big back. Genty's more mojo. He's 5'8", right? He's 5'8". He's a bowling ball. So, but the one thing that kid has is yards after contact. He's unbelievable. So I don't know. It's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But if you keep going back to what Tony Baselli was preaching to us for the last, as many years he's been on the radio, build from inside out, it would not be Genty.
No, especially when you do have serviceable running backs.
We can get a running back. Mason Graham be the best defensive tackle on this team? I hope so. He better be. But you have Eric Armstead back inside now. I'm not going to sit here like something. Oh, we got Eric. I mean, he's got to prove something to us. He didn't do diddly squat now. Out of position last year. We'll never know the whole story. What a train wreck that was. But he'll move back inside this year. Mason Smith, who did play better down the stretch, is your other defensive tackle. So, what does Mason Graham do for your roster? And then Jalen Walker as a linebacker.
And you're also doing this all with a bigger vision than we're looking at it. We're looking at it like right now.
Yeah. We're looking at 2025.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're looking at that also is the main thing they're looking at, but they're looking at it from a little bit different, bigger picture.
Well,
where the roster's going.
I want to look at it.
What I mean is Eric Armstead ain't going to be here long.
Right.
That's what I mean. You're not going to make a defensive tackle decision based on you've got Eric Armstead at, year 11 and declining skills. That was my point more than.
The defense, you cannot emphasize this enough, though. The defense was putrid 1 season ago. Putrid.
Yes, it
abhorrent.
Was. Yeah.
Disastrous.
Yeah.
At best, 31st. I guess that someone said Carolina's was worse. That would be it. So, with the number 5 pick, to ignore defense may seem a little incredulous to me. Especially when you didn't exactly, through free agency. And again, they want to build through the draft. They want to find their guys in the draft. That's fine.
And ultimately, too, you got to take listen, if Jalen Walker, you have, I don't want to, if you have one guy graded better than the other, take him.
Yeah.
Not because this is a slightly bigger need. And I would, they all say that, Dan, and then it's hard to do.
There's something alluring about playmakers versus, you see what I'm saying? You keep pounding Genty into my fan base, and slowly but surely the fan base is like, oh.
Yeah, I know. No, I get it. It's easy. Look,
it'd be the same with Tet McMillan, though. If Tet McMillan, if everybody was hyping Tet McMillan, and you'd be saying, man, he said it earlier, even if you were to trade down in our Dream Finders Homes poll question, Brian Thomas Jr., Tet McMillan. Ooh.
Yeah,
I agree. There's something about that is alluring to a fan over and over again.
Even more the running back.
Right.
Because he's going to get it all the time. You're going to see him right. He's going to get it every other play. He's going to be asked to do something.
You keep throwing me an offensive tackle. I'm like, yeah, okay, great. Let's get a tackle. But you have to do it. You have to find trenches.
We got to get a lot. Again, it's time to draft a Pro Bowl offensive lineman, Dan. It's been 30 years.
That'd be nice.
30 years ago today, the Jaguars drafted Tony Baselli. You can go ahead and Google it and waste 15 minutes of your life. They've not drafted a Pro Bowl offensive lineman since. Mm-hmm. That is utterly amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. Mm-hmm. Not one. I don't know how many offensive linemen they've drafted in 30 years. I'd say 60 minimum.
Mm-hmm.
They've drafted one Pro Bowl. They're the worst offensive. And now that Tony Baselli is part of that front office, I'm putting on him to make that change. That's on you, big fella. That's where you made your mint. That's where your reputation lies. That's what got you to the Hall of Fame. Fix that O-line. I know you're not in charge of personnel. I know you're not making the decisions. If you got to give a big Baselli lean, and I've felt it many times in my life, if you're going to give a lean, and I don't mean physical, fix that O-line, bro. And don't be in love with any of these slappies we've been talking about for 6 years on Breakfast with Baselli as not being good enough. And it starts at tackle. So if Mimbo is a daggum Pro Bowl, All-Pro, yes. Yes, please.
I just, and again,
I think it makes them much better.
I trust Tony on these, but this Membu cat, I don't know.
I just don't. I don't either. Yeah. I don't either. So I don't want him to take a guy just because he's a name.
And the LSU dude, was good, but again, I watched the Gators get 7 sacks. I know they weren't his fault, but it was like good gracious. Everybody tell me how good this LSU offensive line is, and so I don't know. I don't know if there's that can't miss prospect there at 5.
At the end of the day, you got to get it all. I mean, we can sit here and make You can say, well, Mojo this, Fournette that. Those teams had ceilings nowhere near the Super Bowl. Was it because those running backs? No. They would be great if there was the reason 96 to 99 were so good is because the players were good at every position. We weren't good at a position or two and just always scuffling to be league average somewhere else. We were at worst league average anywhere and way above league average everywhere else. And we're just not that at all. It haven't been for years. It's Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday.
I was looking at this. I keep going back to this Aberdeen thing and in my head, and like I said, I'm a vindictive person, so this is what I would do, Pros. I think you'd like this.
All right.
You'll appreciate this, being a vindictive brother of mine and wanting sweet revenge. Coach Golden phone rings in October. Hey, Coach, it's Zell. Hey, Zell, how's it going? I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk to you, but how you doing up there? Doing good. Listen, I saw you guys had the national championship ring ceremony. Yeah, it was great event. Yeah, I didn't get mine. Oh, really? We got your address up there in Lexington. We mailed it up there. You didn't get it? Because if you were here, we would have.
You would have had it.
So. Okay, well, let me know. Call me back in a...
Well, Coach, I talked to Kubla because he got his. Sam Alexis got his. I mean, I don't...
Jeez, I hope it's not lost, but we said it. Yeah. I'll send you the postage.
Maybe insured. Maybe you can find one similar to the ones I gave.
Because that's what I would do.
Oh, man.
Yeah, don't get them.
How's that, E?
I wonder if you're allowed to do that. You're probably not
ring,
allowed.
buddy.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I mean, we live in an era where Little League kids all get a trophy at the end of the year.
No
This guy's
ring.
not going home without his ring.
Yeah,
He'll
no
go buy-
ring for you.
He could buy
It's
one,
just
though.
a sad state of team. It's just so totally contrary to what
And the other thing
forever has been taught about team.
And this is my other vindictive. I'll take it one step
Gross.
further.
College sports are gross.
And I said this, I said this about Pyburn. I'll say it again. Hey, man. If you're a Florida Gator business person here, and you like to hire the athletes,
You have your choice between Pyburn and some other Gator grad?
hire the Gator grad.
Yeah.
When Denzel calls, I'm like, yeah, Denzel,
Sorry.
listen, look up there in Lexington. There's some good
Hope you like
places up
horses,
there to work.
buddy. Hope you like horses. Oh, by the way, good luck. But I guess you're so familiar with getting 12 minutes a game, you wanted to keep that up. Maybe that's what. Didn't want to expose yourself to all that playing time you would have had in Gainesville, because Kentucky's backcourt is going to be tougher to crack than, I don't know, the starting spot that you left in Gainesville.
And there's some people and again, one of the things I would like to see is I'd like to see the money become public.
Yeah, because it's always
If you're a
exaggerated.
professional athlete, I'd like to
Yeah,
know.
it should. That's
right?
fair.
Because there are some Gator people telling me he had a low 7-figure offer for Florida.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. UK was 2 and he was 1.
I don't think UK was 2.
That's what they're saying. UK probably burned money, dude. Every spot on the roster, 15 guys could make at least 2 there.
Yeah.
Just to get what you want. $30 million a year payroll, that sounds right for
I don't
Kentucky.
know. I heard it's like 10
I don't know what it
10
is.
and
I haven't
8.
heard anything.
I heard basketball is like 10 and 8.
Yeah, at Kentucky, that'd
The
be
Blue
foolish.
Bloods are like 10, and the others are
Kentucky.
8.
Well, then that will
Jeff,
change.
it don't grow on trees. You got to get people to give the money. Florida has money. So I think it was, I don't know what it was that made, listen, ultimately, I'm assuming it's money, but.
I think here's what happens. I think these kids, and there may have been a Nico Imaleave in there, and this kid threw something out, and Golden said, all right, see ya.
Yeah.
No, 2, what now?
Yeah.
Not the 1.2 we're already paying? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck, kid. I'll go get somebody. We won't miss you.
Yeah.
That's true. They won't. How many games, more or less, will Florida win or lose next year because Denzel Aberdeen is at Kentucky? I'd say 0.
I don't agree with that. I think he was obviously, I think he was a very good player. And when he started, he was scoring, and he made now that I've flipped on him and being the Gator in me, he'll always be remembered for that missed free throw.
Was he as very was and the answer here is obvious, so it's a rhetorical question.
Yes.
I mean, it's just more into the state of fluidity of Todd Golden and the way he puts together a roster.
I just hate the fact
is Aberdeen going to be missed more than Zion Pullen was going to be missed when he left last year?
No, but I just think that
that's
the
what
kid who waited 3 years for his opportunity.
That's on him. Good. I hope he sit the bench.
Yeah,
I do. I have to a pox on you. Go for 3 points a game, man.
I mean, Did it work? Did it work for ETN?
Well, he wasn't better there. Again, ETN sadly has a way stronger argument than Aberdeen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it, dude. Yeah. I mean, money's again makes no sense. Makes a lot of dollars.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Keep it rocking and rolling right here on a Super Tuesday edition, the happy anniversary special of The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is 1010XL. I had a dream to bring Jacksonville Sports Radio true. Awesome. 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes here with a challenge. A challenge might not be the best choice in words, so let's say an opportunity. Take the opportunity to lose 40 by the fourth with a Waken 180. It sounds a little different when you put a real goal to it, doesn't it? Maybe you looked at the scale this morning and it read 230 pounds. How about it reading 190 by the fourth? Maybe the scale says 300. Wouldn't the number 260 be a little nicer on your eyes and on your joints? It's attainable if you have the same results we all had with a Waken 180. I dropped 40 pounds in 9 weeks. Hacker dropped his first 40 in just 6 weeks. Dempsey, Blue, and everyone else I know, same results. And we've kept it off. The best thing about a Waken 180 weight loss, it will completely change the way you think, see, and feel about food. The results are real, attainable, and the process simple with a Waken 180. Take the opportunity and drop 40 by the fourth. It all starts with just one call to Awaken 180 weight loss. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, you've been hearing all about it. Now it's here. It's Beard's Diamond's most ambitious sale ever. Now through Sunday, only at Beard's. You get up to 40% off all diamond stud earrings and all diamond tennis bracelets. Huge first-time ever event on the most popular pieces of fashion jewelry. Listen, gang, you save an incredible 20, 30, even 40% on every pair of diamond studs, every diamond tennis bracelet. Best prices ever. Unlike all the other jewelers in St. John's Town Center, Beard's is not owned by a Wall Street conglomerate. Family-owned, locally owned, from right here in Jacksonville. Say hi to the Lupos when you go over there. You got the freedom and flexibility the corporate stores don't have. Great chance to check out this 40-year business. Support Beards. Beard supports you. Every woman needs a great pair of diamond stud earrings, nice tennis bracelet. They can be worn everywhere. You can get a 1-carat pair of stud, 10-carat pair, whatever you want. You save up to 40%. All diamond studs, all diamond tennis bracelets now through Sunday at 4 and only at locally owned Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beachurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beachurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do, and plumbing is what we're great at. Beachurst Plumbing, here to help.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents. Look no further, though, than I-9 Sports, covering Duval, St. John's, and Clay to get your youngster in the game. Spring and summer registration open right now for flag football, soccer, t-ball, and basketball. Plus, all new girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows. I-9 Sports with fields and gyms all over 3 counties. And the best thing is I-9 Sports offers sports year-round so kids can always find a sport to play. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, I don't know why you bring that up. That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Matty. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Prosser here. Spring has sprung, and it's a great time to sell your house, but only if you have the very best on your side, and those very best are Chad and Sandy Newman. Spring selling season's here. Rates are down. Activity's up. It's the best time in years to sell your home, in fact, but there are homes sitting on the market. They don't have the right representation. That's where Chad and Sandy step in. Maybe you're worried your home needs repairs or updating and it won't sell for a good price. Maybe your family's growing and you need more space. Whatever the reason that you need to sell your home, Chad and Sandy deliver this promise to you. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Sounds pretty hassle-free to me. Take it from Mike and Rosemary in St. Augustine. We were determined to buy an affordable home in a specific school zone, but we didn't qualify for the loan needed to get one. Chad and Sandy's team worked with the lender, negotiated a higher qualification price, lower interest. It was huge, $200 less per month. Do it today. Call 414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com.
An ACL tear can be a devastating injury with prolonged pain and rehabilitation. Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari. I'm a sports medicine orthopedic surgeon who grew up right here in Jacksonville and then went on to train with the world-renowned Dr. James Andrews. At Bari Orthopedics, we use the most current techniques to get you back in the field with less pain and quicker rehabilitation. We treat all types of sports injuries with the newest techniques available. Please call us for consultation or visit BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
It's your boy E.T. here, and if you and a friend would like to play in this year's Coastal Equipment Guggen Open Golf Tournament, May 19th at Hidden Hills Golf and Country Club, text Guggen to the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010 for your chance to win. You can win Twin Peak lunches if I sink a putt for you. Pick up some cigars from Tobacco Cove. Win great prizes on the course from Edwin Watts Golf Club. Pick up some sun care kits from Beaches Dermatology. And thanks to our sponsors, CSS Outdoors, the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union, 234, and Royal Pest Control.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, a local sports update brought to you by Awaken 180. The JU Dolphins delivered a thrilling 6-5 walk-off victory over Bethune-Cookman at the John Sessions Stadium last night, earning their 6th straight win, rallying 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. This marked the Dolphins' first walk-off win of the season. JU's head coach Chris Hayes spoke post-game on the victory.
Well, it was a heck of a ball game. You know, a little different on a Monday night with the day off on Sunday for Easter. And, you know, they came ready to play. They're playing extremely well. They're playing with energy. And they got a great performance out of their starter, and their bullpen was really clean. You know, and we matched it for the most part. And trying just fighting back and forth. And for our guys to come through on a critical spot late in it, man, that was huge for us and our confidence going into the week.
Next up for the Dolphins, they'll stay at home to host West Georgia in a 3-game weekend series starting on Friday. It's 68 degrees at 8:06. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
Pre-draft Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power. The Jags have had 35 first-round draft choices in the NFL draft in franchise history. 35. How do you think they've gone? More offense, more defense. How about 18-17? Yeah, 18-17 according to Jags PR. 5 wide receivers, first-round picks. Defensive lineman 7, the most of any position. Linebacker 5, corner 3, safety 2. 4 quarterbacks have gone in the first round. Running backs 4. Will it be 5 after Thursday night? We shall see. And that's your Duval Minute, brought to you by our friends at Lift Power. Always on the lookout to draft great people. The benefits are unbelievable. 401k, company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. Lift Power year in and year out, one of the best places to work in Jacksonville. You're darn right it is. Why? It's been around for more than 50 years. It's family-owned and operated. They take great care of you. If you have any thought of a career change, check them out. Just go to liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com. Tickling the ivories as we welcome you back here on a Super Tuesday, just a couple of days away from the first round of the NFL draft, thank goodness.
Ooh. Just a few days away from it being over, put to bed, and let's get about the business of what we really got. It's been, get so excited about all the change checking, they really haven't done much. Like personnel-wise, we're not a whole lot different than we were when it took over. It's all defection. We haven't had much addition. I mean, you're selling me a backup center from Tampa and a swing lineman from Baltimore. It's about the extent of it. I guess the slot corner is much improved if, and this is an if, Jarrian Jones can successfully transition to the outside and be a dominant player.
Yeah.
Which is what you hope. We've had too many of this, Hick, especially on defense. We've had too many guys that come out early and look like they may have a bright future, and they plateau way too quickly. We've too many. Cisco, Tyson Campbell, Devon Hamilton. Muma flashed his rookie year, looked better than Lloyd at times. We haven't even seen the guy in 3 years. They're just over and over, player after player. Nobody develops. Maybe that's a part of the weakness of this franchise the last few years. We look at that playbook. Are they developing players? Are they getting better under them?
Yeah.
So we have new hope on all those ends because we got a new regime.
Yeah. We need, obviously, Tyson Campbell's got to become a football player and stay healthy and contribute.
Yeah, we're past the point. Those ships have sailed on Hamilton and Campbell and those guys for me now.
Yeah.
Manage them as best they can, get above average seasons out of them. They're never going to be all-star leaders of a nucleus that's going to carry you. They're not special talents. Tyson Campbell's not a special talent.
Oof.
He's not.
I'm not ready to shut the door on him quite yet.
No, I'm not ready to shut the door. There's a difference between, there's plenty of serviceable starters that are needed.
Mm-hmm.
How many interceptions does Tyson Campbell have in now 4 or 5 years? Couple?
He's got more than that, but he doesn't.
He's missed a lot of starts, obviously. That's going to keep those numbers down, but they're all interrelated. Not many more than 2 or 3. I wouldn't say. I can't remember very many. 6.
But he had none last year.
Yeah.
0. And won the year before.
Again, I'm not beating up Tyson Campbell. We got a lot bigger problems. On Tyson Campbell, there's a lot of similarity there to Trevor Lawrence. Real similar. He's the defensive version of Trevor Lawrence. He tantalizes you, and he shows you at times, but
young kid, 25 years old, just needs to be a better football player. They all do. A lot of these guys
Mason Smith does. Devon Hamilton needs to remember that we were excited about him when he got that 3-year deal.
Yeah.
We gave 3-year deals to average players, man. We got one at left tackle. Our left tackle.
Yeah.
Most important position in sports, sometimes they say. Maybe not the most important, but left tackle is awfully important.
Yeah. It'll be, we got a lot of guys that we'll be introducing, though, to. I saw that one stat I mentioned yesterday in the Duval Minute brought to you by Live Power that I thought was interesting, that we will sign more, or our roster, we have the maneuverability to sign more UDFAs than anybody in the NFL.
Undrafted free agents?
Yeah. We haven't.
That's on top of all the draft
We
picks.
haven't, filled up. Yeah, we haven't filled up the roster with football players. So, I don't know, man. It's there's a lot of room there. There's a lot that needs to get done. I mean, we have 2 new offensive linemen at this point, with the potential of getting a third if we draft somebody, right? I mean, the center, Macari takes over for Sheriff. Is Sheriff playing?
No, has not been signed.
I know, but is he? Does he?
I think he wants to play. Yeah,
he does. Okay,
I think.
I mean, I'm just curious. So we have 2 new positions that we have. We have a center and a right guard.
The Giants look like they're on the verge. They're talking with Sheriff.
All right, Hainsey and Macari. We have a new receiver, De'Ami Brown, who takes over for Christian Kirk, and I'm sorry, but that's not an upgrade.
No, it's a downgrade.
And we have Parker Washington now, basically the third receiver, and that's a downgrade.
Well, that's who it was last year, no?
Well, I mean, you can go back to Zay Jones or whatever, but last year we stunk. So, yeah, it's not.
I don't like the receivers at all.
The running backs are Etienne and Bigsby, which wasn't good enough last year. Quarterback is Trevor, which wasn't good enough. The tight end is a downgrade. So where's the again?
I just want to say
you best hit it in the draft.
Right, this draft is going to need to
and
give
that's
us.
By the way, that's the offense, which is strength of the team. Well, the strength of this team, once again, for the 30 years of Jaguar football, at least 20 punting and kicking. Where you got that.
We do that a lot.
We're solid.
That makes sense. We do a lot of punting and kicking,
Yeah.
not kicking off.
Yeah, but on defense, again, when Smith, Hamilton, and Armstead inside. I mean,
where are you at on these drafts on site? Do you like it? Has it been a good idea?
Yes.
It's drafted excitement.
Oh,
It has.
yes.
Are we ever going to get in that little?
Yeah. I think we will.
With the new stadium is when it'll happen, probably pretty soon. Like, that's kind of what I bet you we get a draft here in like 30.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say
It'd
so.
be fun, too, wouldn't it?
It'd be great.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool to be down there. And
what happens is you get literally
a lot of people come in.
100,000 people. I mean, NFL draft geeks are the
well,
best.
and you know what? The NFL, it is amazing what the NFL is becoming. Of all the popular, impressive, on-a-roll sports leagues in history, I mean, the fact that the NFL draft will draw more, attention and eyes than other sport, and then the NBA finals.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There'll be more people at the draft than there will be the World Series.
All right, let's see. Let's test your guys' knowledge. We've had 10 different cities.
Ooh, yeah, that's going to be hard.
Pony up. E, do you know where the draft has been held?
Kansas City.
Okay, when? I mean, are we just throwing,
wasn't it?
Or just, okay, I'll just
I don't
name
know
the cities.
Yeah, well, I don't know the
Name
years.
the cities.
No way.
Kansas City, 2023.
I got a couple, so you keep going.
Okay.
Where was it last year?
Detroit?
Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like it was in Indianapolis at some point, or am I just thinking
No, that's
Combine?
common. No, it was in Vegas the year before. Or was it 2 years before?
Vegas in 22. So it's Green Bay this year, Detroit, Kansas City, and Vegas.
Oh, wasn't it in Philly?
It was in Philly in 17.
Okay.
It was in Nashville the year before.
Nashville
Vegas.
in 19.
Oh, 19. So there's one in between there.
The virtual event, due to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that wasn't
2020. So that's thrown out. So here they are.
We got most. We got most of them.
We got a few. First year, 2016. First one ever.
New York.
Nope. That's where it always was.
Chicago.
Oh, yeah, I do remember.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
The big,
Chicago, Philly, Arlington, Texas, Dallas, Nashville, COVID, Cleveland, Vegas, Kansas City, Detroit, Green Bay. So that's where it's been.
Most of those are not all, especially after they hit the big markets. Those first 2 or 3, those have been kind of mid markets.
Yeah,
successful teams. You know, who's probably ready for it too is Baltimore. They got that riverfront area there. They probably put on a good show.
Yeah, a lot of places.
Camden Yards and the stadium are right there next to each other, and you'd have baseball going on, that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, sure.
You wouldn't go? You wouldn't go to the Orioles game? You don't think Baltimore would be a good spot? I don't get it. Kyle, he's saying we might get capped if we go to Baltimore.
Oh, dear.
Never mind.
Oh, dude.
We'll be back with more next. It's Cal and Drunk Accessories Tuesday. Fear for our lives.
At the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.